Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here. It's Friday, November the 24th, and it is the feast of Andrew Dung Lac and his companions. These are the Vietnamese martyrs. There was 117 of them who were canonized by Pope St. John Paul II in 1988. So we can continue with First Maccabees. Now, okay, and we're jumping all over because the church doesn't just start at the book and always, go through it chapter by chapter. So Judas, who was called Maccabeus, took command of the army in place of his father Mattathias, and he defeated the army of the King Antiochus, which was commanded by Lysias. So Judas says to his brothers, "See, our enemies are crushed. Let us go to cleanse the sanctuary and dedicate it." So all the army assembled and went up to Mount Zion. So they basically rededicate the temple, and what I want to focus on is they do this. I'm trying to find it here. I had it. I should have marked it off. I believe that it's recorded that they do this over a period of 8 days. Over 8 days. So this is kind of where our dedication of churches go back to. Actually, it's the dedication of the church of the temple by Solomon. He's finished the temple, which was ordered by God. The Shekinah, the glory cloud descends upon it. Everybody has to get out, and it's consecrated. It's dedicated for sacred worship. That's why doing inappropriate things in a church is blasphemy. It's sacrilege. It is a mortal sin to do inappropriate things. So that's what they do. They rededicate the temple. So this is an example for you and me to treat our sacred buildings, our churches, with great respect, honor, and reverence, because for churches, it's a place where the true sacrifice of Jesus Christ in Holy Mass is offered for the adoration, honor, and glory of God. So that's first reading, and then over to the gospel. Jesus entered the temple and began to drive out those who were selling things there, and he said, "It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers." Every day he was teaching in the temple. The chief priests and scribes were looking for a way to kill him, but they could not find anything. They did not find anything they could do, for all the people were spellbound by what they heard. And if they knew better, then they would have allowed themselves to be spellbound as well. Then they must have listened to what Jesus was saying. They must have deep down thought, this is incredible. This is like, as far as they knew, he went to no school. None of the teachers they knew, and they all knew each other. There was a network of these people. So where did he get all this education? They had to, at some level, have been impressed, been in awe, in fact, of his teaching. But their anger, their pride, jealousy got the better of them. And so they just looked for a way to kill him, eventually. Maybe to do away with him at first, or to get him out of the scene, discredit him, but eventually none of this is working. So they decide to murder him. And that's exactly, obviously the Romans put him to death, and it's our sin that he ultimately dies for. So we all are responsible for Jesus going to the cross. But the catalyst was the Pharisees and the Sadducees, who just can't tolerate jealousy. He can't be more important than we are. He's going to take away the holy place. The Romans will take away the holy place. No, actually, they wouldn't. They would be converted. They would leave freely, and you would be the most free people on the face of the earth. But anyways, this is all hindsight. Why am I saying this? To waste my breath? No, because you and I can learn from it. And once again, what's important is that we be faithful, that we strive to be loyal to our Lord, and not worry about, well, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. If I take a stance, for example, practical application, if I take a stance with my kids and tell them, they shouldn't be cohabiting, they can't cohabit in the house, they should be going to Mass, And you can't force them at some point, but you can at least encourage them that they're not going to love me or they're going to disown me. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, my job as a parent is to look out for your temporal good and your eternal good. You may choose to say no, but I don't want you at the end of your life saying, nobody told me, right? When they are ready to see God or not see Him. And this goes on and on. So we have to pray for the grace to make these difficult decisions. So remember this, as you go through the day. As I said, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the liturgical year. And so the readings will really call us to be prepared, to be willing to make sacrifices so that we are prepared and not caught off guard. God bless you.